Hey guys, what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rides. We're in one of my favorite filming spot locations because guess what? We have one heck of a special car here. This is it. This is a 2023 Dodge Challenger. This one is known as the Black Ghost. But before we get into this supercharged powered muscle car that has a backstory, let's talk about what's going on here. I can't believe it. The day is nearing us where no longer will Dodge be producing muscle cars with good old internal combustion engine horsepower. Now, before you get too upset, there is some time to enjoy these cars, especially Mopar, being that brand where you say Mopar no car, is coming out with some special editions called the Final Call series. This Black Ghost is one of them, and it has a very interesting story to tell. Basically, it goes back to 1970. There was this black Dodge Challenger, 1970 Dodge Challenger SE that had a 426 Hemi, which was one of those big blocks that gave tons of tire shredding horsepower, would roam the streets of Detroit at night and would blow the doors off the competition and then disappear into thin air. That car was nicknamed the Black Ghost. It was owned by a man and driven by a man by the name of Godfrey Callum. He actually was a Detroit police officer. He was a motorcycle cop, and that is something that he would do during the night with his Dodge Challenger. Now, to celebrate that and to be one of those last call editions, this is exactly how the car comes with the factory, and it has a lot of touches to mimic Godfrey's Challenger, known as the Black Ghost from the past. So what I want to find out is, if you're looking for the ultimate in muscle car, but you also want to have something that goes beyond just the power, but also has that legendary status, is this Challenger Black Ghost, which is just one of 300, the way to go? Let's go ahead, let's dive in and find out. Like I was saying, just a few months ago, we were at SEMA looking at this car on the floor, and now here it is. So you're gonna get that wide body look. It's an additional 3 inches. So 3 inches of width at the front end. I love all of the touches that Dodge has been bringing on this generation of the Challenger, especially when they did the refresh back in 2015. So you're gonna still get that quad headlight setup. One of the touches that you get is definitely the Challenger name in script on that egg crate style grille, just like the original Black Ghost. And then down below, we got this massive splitter, large enough to where Steven ate his lunch right off the corner there with his beef jerky. And then you're gonna get full functionality across the bottom and across the top. Now, some of the touches that makes this Black Ghost unique is that it is only available in this color known as pitch black. Another touch, just like Godfrey's Challenger, it's got the Dodge name across the front fascia. Rising up, you're gonna get that double bulge. Every guy wants one bulge, you get 2 bulges with this 2023 Challenger. Functional intakes to help bring air for that supercharged Hemi. You're also gonna get the Mopar hood pins, the black base with the dark black cable, just like on the original Challenger. Now, as we go around the bend, what are we working with? Wheel and tire setup. So you're gonna get these 20-inch warp speed wheels that are finished in satin carbon. Let me know if you like the finish against the pitch black. Basically, what they were trying to do is they had to go something silver, because if you look at the original Black Ghost, it had steel wheels with silver hubcaps. So that's the reason why they went satin carbon, but you got your 20-inch wheel. Of course, you're gonna get your brake rotors, which are 2-piece, 15.4-inch brake rotors. And then of course, you're also getting 305s all 4 corners. We got the adaptive suspension for when you're at the strip or your local street racing event. And we have all that great technology for the drag strip taken from the Dodge Demon and put underneath the hood of this car. Now, what's fascinating is, remember, they made 3,300 Dodge Demons. This car, they're only making 300 of them. So that's why I say, is it now or never? Is this the one to get? And who knows how they will appreciate in value down the road. Now coming down the side, that massive fender flare, we do have the Challenger name. Normally you would have the Hellcat badge here because this is a Hellcat Redeye with that extra horsepower, but nice to see the Challenger script. Nobody will ever do muscle car as well as Dodge. I mean, the lines of this vehicle fit the proportions perfectly for what you would think is a muscle car. Now, what's interesting is that Godfrey's Black Ghost had a vinyl roof. No longer is vinyl roof really a thing. So what they did was they took the gator skin pattern from the vinyl roof and they actually wrapped the center portion of the roof. Let me know what you think about this. When I first saw it, I was like, it's starting to grow on me a little bit, and it definitely is a different touch that, guess what? Nobody else is gonna have that style on the roof except for the 300 people buying one of these. Working our way to the rear, of course, we have that limited slip diff that's gonna help us get the power to the ground. And then just like the original Black Ghost, we have the tail stripe in bright white. Love the way they did it, how it works nicely with the pitch black. And then coming to the rear, you know what? We got to do a little bit more Challenger script. You have your Challenger script on that satin black trunklet spoiler, the Dodge name, just like up front. And then working our way down, you got your LED lighting. And I wish that they just would have done something special with the exhaust. They actually did a black chrome finish, which is kind of nice, but I just would like a different shape, something. Let me know what you think about that with the exhaust. They kind of look like vacuum cleaner nozzles. And of course, this being a press fleet vehicle right from Dodge, we got the Michigan license plate, just like you would find on the Black Ghost originally. Obviously looking a little different today, but kind of nice to tie in the whole story. But why don't we go ahead, let's yank those hood pins and see the firepower underneath the hood of the Black Ghost. All right, guys, one thing I just forgot to mention, but I know Steven did a good job showing them off, is besides those 20 by 11 inch warp speed wheels in that satin carbon finish, you're also getting the flat black 6-piston Brembo calipers that are gonna help us shed speed as fast as a husky sheds hair. But what do we got? We got the hood popped, you do have the hood struts, and that engine needs no introduction, no formal introduction. We got the Hemi. It's that 6.2 liter supercharged V8. It is a thing of beauty to pop the hood and see that big, bad supercharger up top. But at the end of the day, you're looking at 807 horsepower, 707 pound-feet of torque. It is mated to the Torque Flight 8-speed automatic transmission. 0 to 60, if you could hook them up in 3.4 seconds, and if you owe Dom Toretto a 10-second car, you could give him this one, but it would be kind of like over my dead body if this one was mine, because this thing does the quarter mile in 10.7 seconds at 131 miles per hour. Top speed, believe it or not, is going to be 203 miles per hour, and the vehicle is no lightweight, 4,514 pounds. That's always been the Achilles heel of the Challengers and the Chargers, is just their overall weight. But you know what? Get the tissues ready. I'm gonna fire this thing up and we're gonna have a little bit of an eargasm together. All right, guys, we're inside the Black Ghost. Like I said, crazy to think that we were sitting in the car at SEMA, and now I'm sitting in the car again, but the engine's running, and we have the red key. But I know you're saying to yourself, well, Joe, I need a muscle car. I'm not waiting any longer. I don't care what anybody says. I know they're disappearing. I like this black Ghost. How much is it? So remember, the Dodge engineers, designers, they're the ones that optioned this exactly the way you see it. This is how it comes. MSRP right at $99,000. Let's see what you get when you go black Ghost to the door panels. So you're gonna notice you're gonna get the premium upgraded interior. So soft touch material, all nice and smooth, the white contrast stitching, the Alcantara, and then you are gonna get one cup holder up front, and then at the back of the door panel, you have your Twinkie holder, but that is for the people that you race against. So those are your race Twinkies that when you blow their doors off, you throw them a Twinkie and then you disappear. We got the Harman Kardon sound system. That is the upgrade over the Alpine. And then going from the door panel to the dash, you'll notice that we have the black Ghost badge. If you're wondering what's that triangle, that's the Herzog. That is the badge of Dodge back in 1970. So kind of cool how they brought that into the black Ghost badge. It would be nice if these were actually numbered. Remember, this is 1 of 300, but it would have been nice to have it numbered. So I am gonna zonk that there's no official number for this particular one, but you got that smooth material, real carbon fiber all the way around the bezels. And then if you're saying to yourself, well, Joe, it looks the same in here, it looks dated. My answer to that would be, you are correct. My answer also would be, it's like that because guess what? The money is underneath the hood, not in the interior. But you still get an 8.4-inch Uconnect system that has full touchscreen capability. You can see that we have our launch control. You could adjust what RPM you want to launch at. You got your shift light. We got our SRT chiller cooler. That is where the AC chills the engine to help bring down the temps. You got your performance pages. We could activate line lock. This is really made for the drag strip. Ventilated seats, heated seats, the whole shabam. But you are right, it is dated. But this is it, this is the last year. Bright red start stop button to fire off that 6.2 liter Hemi V8. You got launch control, easy to activate by just pressing the button here. Love the way that's so simple. Your SRT button for the performance pages, real knobs and switches for all of your AC and radio controls. More carbon fiber. We got this shifter here with the leather and the leather shift boot for that Torque Flight 8-speed automatic. We got a little bit of a nook here for some Mentos. You know, after you're smoking your tires, you might get a little smoky taste in your mouth. Pop a Mentos, it's the fresh maker. 2 cup holders, and then like I pointed out, Dodge, of course, sent us the red key with this Ghost. That unlocks all 807 horsepower. Nice soft touch material. Open this up, you got 2 USB-A's, an aux jack, a 12 volt, and enough room, I would say, for 16 pink slips. Because that's what's gonna happen is you race people for their pink slip, for their title, you're gonna beat them, and then you're gonna keep ownership inside this armrest. Seats, they're like lazy boys, but they get the job done. Nice soft leather, that's Napa leather, with the SRT badge. Remember, street and racing technology with the Hellcat logo, Alcantara. It is manual adjustment. So to adjust the seat, you actually have to manually adjust it for the passenger, which is a big zonk at $99,000. My seat has power adjustable only on the bottom portion, not the back. We got Alcantara everywhere, and in true muscle car fashion, you got tons of headroom. And obviously, you do have a nice size back seat, which I'm gonna go ahead and move some things around so that I could show you, have Steven showcase the back seat area in here. Nice space, more room than a Camaro or a Mustang. And that's the best news is, you could put a couple people in there and really scare the hell out of them as you freaking launch this thing. Now, why don't you come over here to the business end? I wanna show you what it's like to be in command of the black Ghost. Come on over. All right, guys, like I said, the days are numbered where you won't have that V8 sound anymore, but we got 2 memory seat settings, decent pedal box. They do give you an aluminum brake pedal, an aluminum gas pedal, or throttle pedal as I like to call it, but the dead pedal is just sad. So we are gonna zonk that. There's your seat controls, like I said, just power assist on the bottom. It's super comfy in here, and it really is perfect for the drag strip. Twisty road, not so much, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna take this down a twisty road and see how she goes. Steering wheel, the Alcantara, almost all the way around. They should have put carbon fiber here, for God's sakes. This is $99,000. This should be carbon fiber because we have carbon fiber everywhere else. You do have your SRT badge that illuminates bright red at night, and you have metal paddles behind the wheel to go through that Torque Flight 8-speed automatic. It is an electric tilting and telescoping steering wheel. And then you do have your digital display, 7 inches in the center there, where you could toggle through a cornucopia of information. And you got your analog gauges as well. And you have that 220 mile per hour speedometer. But remember, that doesn't mean that this car could do 220 miles per hour, but it will do over 200, which is mind blowing. I'm not gonna show you the trunk because that's the only thing you're gonna put back there is all the trophies you win from your local drag strip events. I don't know about you. If you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go on throttle together in the Black Ghost. All right, guys, we're inside this 2023 Dodge Challenger Black Ghost. I have it in track mode, and if you're ready, I'm ready. On throttle, smoke them if you got them, yeah! I tell you, this is the end of an era with this supercharged beast. Yeah, you're getting a lot of the same touches that you find in the other Hellcats and Hellcat Redeyes, but having the special touches of the Black Ghost just make it that much better. I love, still to this day, the easy to understand layout. It's easy to get the launch control, your performance pages. The dash has the retro and the modern, and then you got 807 horsepower. Just unbelievable. Second gear, slow roll, on throttle. Golly, look at this. It just spins. It's just so hard to get traction with those Pirelli P0 all-season radials. It would be nice to see this car with at least a summer tire. And that would be one of my biggest recommendations, is getting some summer spec tires. It doesn't have to be a track tire, but going with something like a Michelin Pilot Sport 4S would really be super beneficial for you to help get some better grip here. I tell you, the performance pages is one of the best systems in the business compared to a Camaro, compared to a Mustang. It's so easy to do launch control. So what I'm gonna do is I hit launch. I've already set my RPM for 2300. We'll see how it goes. And then it's real simple. You just follow the directions. It says to launch, press brake, and quickly apply throttle. It holds it, release, and oh, getting the traction to the ground is the problem. Look at this, third gear, and she's still spinning. So what you could do is we're going to now lower the max RPM hold. I'm gonna say probably, let's do 1800. So once again, hit launch. That's gonna activate it. And if you're ready, you can hear it go, da, 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 da. It freaking cuts the ignition and the timing. Watch this. On throttle, here we go, look at, oh. God. Jeez Louise. Ooh. This thing is a freaking beast, and the system is trying to prevent wheel hop. It's trying to get that traction to the ground. I'm gonna put it into manual shift mode. I'm gonna use the paddles as we go through some twisty bits. Second gear, on throttle, here we go. Look at this, on those massive 6-piston Brembos. Oh yeah! This thing, I'm telling you, is a beast, and I don't care what you say. You could go get your Tesla Model XYZ 2QRS Plaid. button down, tie dye, whatever the hell you want to call it. And yeah, it's gonna be faster while it's fully charged, but this just creates such a wonderful, magical emotion, and I can't get enough of it. I really want to track down, I need to track down some type of Hellcat Redeye. I really, really do. I really need to find a super stock, to be honest with you. I like the Black Ghost. I honor the tradition, but for me, super stock would be the way to go, or a manual RT with the shaker hood, scat pack, and all those goodies. All right, guys, we're gonna do a little bit more. I still have it in manual shift mode. I'm using the metal pedals on the back of the steering wheel. In the twisty bits is where you're gonna feel the weight of this thing. Remember, 4,500 pounds, but it is very comfortable. I'll give it that. Are you ready? We're in third gear. On throttle. God, you still break traction. On the brakes. 305s, all four corners. Yeah. In track mode, the freaking shifts feel like a donkey's kicking you right in the back of the head. God. Here we go. You don't even want to know what the speedometer's saying. It's so crazy how fast you look down and that speedometer's like, whoa, that's triple digits. So my recommendation is buy up every Monopoly game you can find and take that get out of jail free card, because you're gonna need a pack of them with this car. Other than that, the way that they spec'd it, got ventilated heated seats. I love the Alcantara all over the place. The carbon fiber trim really matches that blacked out look. I wish they would have done a rear seat delete, but that's something I don't think a lot of people wind up doing with their Dodge Challengers. It's interesting because at Cars and Coffee, people were really curious that didn't know what it was, but they could see the different touches. They were really curious, what is it? And once they heard Black Ghost, they were like, oh, I heard the story online, and Meekum is doing a special thing with the original Black Ghost and the new Black Ghost. But I'm telling you, if you want the purest form of muscle car, this is it. And then you have all that great technology taken from the Demon. You got the SRT chiller system. You have, of course, the system to try to prevent wheel hop and just launch control, the whole 9 yards. It really makes it kind of dummy proof on how to get through the system. Now, the thing that isn't dummy proof is, remember, we have 807 horsepower. So you need to be judicial with that throttle pedal. When you go on throttle, you better know what the hell you're doing. And my recommendation is, when you first get the car, don't put it in track mode. Because remember, track mode, you're shutting off all the nannies. You're really leaving it up to you. And if you don't know what the hell you're doing, good luck with that. But I think we need to do another launch, right? Let me go ahead. I'm going to adjust it down to 1600 RPM. See if that works out any better for us. Another thing I love is the amount of gauges that you could pull up in that digital display in the center. Right now I'm looking at trans temp, but you could pull in all sorts of information. And that's important because we want to know what's going on underneath that hood in case anything gets out of check and we have to shut it down. But once again, you just hit the launch control button. You don't need a special decoder ring from a Captain Crunch box of cereal. Left foot on the brake, right foot on throttle. I'm gonna wait for these cars to pass just to make it as safe as possible. And if you're ready, I'm ready. Here we go. Release on throttle, yeah! Golly, Jesus Christ! I tell you, it really is one hell of a ride in this thing. the torque, the supercharger power. I mean, look at this. And no, she's not really the best corner carver, but it's doable. And with all that torque, you're not doing a lot of shifting with the paddles, that's for sure. Look at this. On throttle. I tell you, you need to be on your A game, and you need to always look where you want to go. Have that vision far down the road, and I'm not going, you're nuts to go on throttle without the steering wheel being totally straight up and down. Freaking nuts, because this thing will loop you in a second. Another thing that's really great is you're gonna be able to tell the difference between the different modes, auto, sport, track, and then you can customize it exactly the way that you want it set up. But I'm telling you, in track mode, the Torque Flight 8-speed automatic shifts with such authority, it's freaking ridiculous. Let's do one more launch, just to celebrate all the great years of this muscle car. But here we go. Follow directions on the dash, real simple. On throttle, here we go. Yeah, get it. Oh, shit. I'm telling you, when you got all that power, what I always say is you can have 1,000,000 horsepower. If you can't get it to the ground, it's pointless. That supercharger whine, I'm gonna hear that in my freaking dreams. I think I may need to get one of these. I think I've been waiting too long. I've been putting it off too long. Put in the comment section if you think I should get some kind of Challenger Hellcat Redeye, whether it's a jailbreak, a super stock, or one of these last call editions. All right, guys, I don't want to end this, but like all good things, they must come to an end. We need to sign off in the right way, the Radey's Ride way. I'm gonna drop it down to second gear. We're gonna do a slow roll. Are you ready? On throttle, here we go. Nice. Got the grip, got the stick. On those massive 6-piston Brembos. It just leaps from the corner. If you get the traction down, it just leaps. But you gotta be careful with that throttle pedal, because she'll just start spinning and you could be third, fourth gear. I have gotten a bunch of spin, but this has been a very, very special moment. Driving the Black Ghost with you, being able to go on throttle with you. It's just one of those things. Yeah. Will a Mustang GT outhandle this car? Yeah. Will a Camaro ZL1 outhandle this car? Yeah. But when it comes to straight line performance, and then of course the backstory that goes with it, it's crazy to think that you look in front of us and you see that Tesla. That's the direction that we're going. Full electric. We'll see how it goes, but we got to get back and wrap this one up, or like I said, I'm gonna steal this thing. So we'll get back, wrap this one up. I'll see you in a split second. All right, guys, it's been a smoke 'em because we got 'em kind of muscle car day with this Challenger Black Ghost. We definitely got to thank David and Darren over at Dodge for getting us access to this Mopar or no car, really special edition. Let me know what you think. Is this the ultimate muscle car for you? Mother Nature, I think, agrees, because we're about to be blown away, just like the Black Ghost used to blow away the competition on the streets of Detroit. But let me know in that comment section if this is that dream muscle car for you. But until we meet another day with another muscle car, if you're new to the channel and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Radey's Rides family. We got to give it up to the muscles behind the lens. He's been working out. He's been doing his steroids and his protein injections. Steven working that camera like a champ. Show him some love in that comment section. Thank you, Steven, for all that you do and that you do to your body. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.